second or third, fourth, like such type of credit we can add in our syllabus that students can pick and they can start very small business. Very good example in this area that I was just thinking that in Hindi it is called as a khoya, that is in Marathi it is khawa. That is a khoya cluster. It was started in your area, that is in Saramgundi or in this Bhoom area. That once upon a time, means 25 years ago, in this area there was not a single cup of milk to make one tea. But nowadays, means millions of liter milk was collected, processed, and condensed milk was produced, and it was marketed at Bombay, even though other cities also. This is a revolution and started by not by educated people. So this is very good example. The people are finding their ways. So we have to also find out certain types of the marketing style. The students can stand up very small courses. Then that click the idea to the students. I can do this. So such type of courses are very much potential in the zoology, particularly in the animal sciences. You can think more, and the material is available very nearby. Should not borrow, the technology should not borrow from others, should not see that. So this is very best example in your area, and that you have succeeded. The people are succeeded from this area only. And the condensed milk, that is khoya, it was still we are demanding from this area to Aurangabad, Nasik, even though Bombay also. The people are waiting. So why this is only the quality? Even though technology is also changed by the people here. So such like that, it is a very ideal example. Should not go outside, find out here only. So this in zoology also, this is not traditional subject. The fishery is also Professor Khelkar is a very expert in the fishery. So this is also very good employment generating area. Insects, but we are seeing only pathogenic insects. There are many insects, they are very beneficial to us. Find out them, get the market. So such type of thinking and very small courses. Do not go for the details research. Farmers and the students don't want that. They want very simple technology. This phone is very simple. Everybody can use. Who is illiterate also can use. Such type of very simple technology should be generated in the coming days to the students, and they can use some revenue. They can generate their employment. Now there are no jobs. If you go outside, there are no jobs. You keep one single post for any institute, you will get hundreds of applications. So how you can face such type of problems in the families, in the villages? There are hundreds of youngsters, they are wandering and they want work for their hands. So I request you to all the teachers in by different areas, think that how we can give such type of small courses. There is an autonomy to you. Go to the viewers and start that courses for your students. This is not like that the course from Bhoom should be start in Aurangabad or in Python or in case. It is not like that. You can produce your baskets. So such type of discussions and think over such type of courses also. I like the today's national conference on innovative applied research in animal sciences. That will be fruitful in the coming 2 days discussions. So many teachers, I know them from this audience. They will discuss. They are very learned people are there. They will think over all this and the discussion will be held. I wish all the best, all the participants and for the organizing secretary. Thank you very much for giving me opportunity to talk with you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Your valuable speech, and thank you again on the guide us on career-oriented opportunities for students. Now, I introduce Professor C. Mandulaka, Madam. Madam, appointed in Andhra University as an assistant professor in 1994, promoted as an associate professor in 2005, then elevated as a professor in 2009. Still, 5 years, 6 months, service is there. Secured Best Scientist Award from Madurai Kamraj University. Man have published 87 research papers and 25 PhDs awards. Man members in a scientific organization, auditor and board member, reviewer for scientific journals. It's our privilege to listen to you, ma'am. I request you to please address us.
Thanks for the introduction. Good afternoon, all of you. So, as you all know, I'm from Andhra University, that is from Andhra Pradesh state. I'm here, actually, first of all, I want to thank Nitin, my son. He's like my son. So, he's very, like, I know, I have met him already in many conferences. So that is how we got introduced. And today I'm here because of him only. So today our conference topic is innovative and applied research in animal science, animal sciences. So animal sciences is nothing but zoology. So what I want to tell you, so day by day the population is increasing like anything. So even though we think that it is not increasing, but it's not true. The rate is reduced, but the population is, if you work with the official statistics, you can understand day by day, the population is increasing. So that we have to meet the needs of all the people. And not only this, but also we should maintain the wildlife, like all the organisms, that is the balance of all the organisms, that is. So on this planet Earth only we have the life. Like living organisms are present only on planet Earth. That is in our solar system. We don't know whether in all the other uncountable solar systems there is any living organisms are there or not, because we are not able to reach there or neither nor. So that is what only on planet Earth we have the living organisms which contain the microorganisms, plants and animals. Right, so today we are concerned with the animals, and we have to conserve this particularly, all the organisms. So all the organisms, they have their weight on this planet Earth. So we have to conserve. So for that, and another thing, since the population is increasing day by day, so first of all, we should think about how to cope up with the demands of protein food and all. So for that, research is very important for the development of new technologies to maintain these all organisms. First of all, that is one point, and the other thing, so how to improve the production of what we take, plants and animals only. No? So if you observe what food you are taking every day, so that is either from plants or animals, right? So that is the requirement of, if you take any living organism that contains the materials of only water, 60 to 70% of water, and then organic and inorganic components. That's it. That's what we need, even microorganisms, because the microorganisms cell and our body cell same. That is, origin of life is same. So to get all these contents, so that is known as nutritious food with all these 60 to 70% of water. That is different, but so all the living organisms, they need good air for breathing, that is for oxygen, and then and water for metabolic activities. Without metabolic activities, there is no life. Since I am a physiology specialist, so I'll explain in this way. So and third one is food. But what's happening? See, everywhere after industrialization in this world, so the pollution is increasing. What the air we are inspiring, that is polluted. Then what water? So today we can't take the water from wherever it is available. So that is what we are very much conscious because it is already polluted, and then food also. So all the GMOs, that is genetically modified organisms. So clinically it's proved that they are carcinogenic since they are not natural ones. So these are all the problems we have in front of us. So we should all, the youngsters, the torchbearers of the future, they should understand about this, and we should think about the pollution, how to control the pollution. At the same time, so innovative, and so since the population increasing, we have to increase the production of the food material. So that is plants and animals both. So GMOs, we know. So they are in less duration, we are getting lot of production. And that too, but I told you, the negative thing also from there. So we have to think about how to get, without carcinogenic effect, how can we produce them. So there are different ways, in biotechnology particularly. So we call it biotechnology. So in different ways, there are so many things are there. So here, so we have to think how to increase the production of food material for the demand. And you know what we are doing, unethically and immorally we are doing, whatever the organisms we don't like, so we want to eradicate them. And what we like, we want to increase their number, we want to increase the propagation of those. But if you take the ecology of the planet anywhere, all ecosystems, they have functional and structural participation. So unless the balance is maintained, definitely it will collapse. So the total as a whole, the planet Earth will face that. So this is another thing we have to take into consideration of all this. And yeah, so you know all the the new techniques what are coming in front of us. So we have to think about all those. So for example, when we take the food materials, usually vegetarians and non-vegetarians. So vegetarians take only plant material. So these plants, of course, in agriculture, there is agriculture revolution, green revolution. So many techniques have evolved, and I told you already. But if you take, for example, BT cotton and BT brinjal, so what's happening? So now they are acting as carcinogens. So BT, that means Bacillus thuringiensis, by using the microorganisms we are producing them. So that is with cry proteins. The main problem here is the insects which act as the pest. So that how to control pests. So what we are doing nowadays, the organic became a celebrity word. So all of us are using that for sustainable development. For sustainable development, sustainability as well organic. These two became catchy words and celebrity words. So what is this organic? Organic and inorganic. So what we are using right now are the inorganic components. So just for example, if we take the pest control, or in agriculture, for the fertilizers as well, the pesticides, both are inorganic. What is organic? So which come from that living organisms, from plants and animals, organic. So we have to use, once upon a time, we used to follow that. Because population was very less, there was not that much demand. And even now, again, we are going back to that, and we are trying to follow all organic. But it's very difficult to cope up with the population demand. It's not possible. So we have to search for the new techniques to have the organic only. Okay. So that is one thing. And coming to what is inorganic, so what we are using synthetically. So that is the main difference. Usually people say chemical and organic like that. No, chemical, everything is made up of chemical only, non-living, living things all. So we are not as scientists and science students or what. We are not supposed to say organic and inorganic, we should say, not the chemical and organic like that. So this is one thing. So in agriculture it is like that. And coming to animals. So animals and plants are only the food material. So animal husbandry is very important, animal husbandry. So with that, for non-vegetarians, the food demands will be quota. So in that also so many things are there. Already worldwide, a lot of research is going on. So there are so many, like in animal husbandry, what are the organisms, what we eat. So worldwide, what we eat. So that is one, animal husbandry, and also aquaculture at the same time. I don't know how many of you are interested in aquaculture, but in aquaculture also so many techniques are coming forward, and we are increasing. Yeah, so that is the production in aquaculture. So the aquaculture is a very like even I have my research scholars, so many research scholars have submitted their PhD thesis on aquaculture. And right now also my two research scholars who are here. So one Khadim, he is working on biofloc. So he applied for one patent also recently. And another one, Chandrasekhar, is also working on that on biofloc. So that is one latest technology. So like that, how to improve the aquaculture production. Okay, then coming to that is about the aquaculture and animal husbandry. So I don't know how much time I can take. So many other scientists here, they have to speak. So I since we are teachers now, we can't keep the mic easily. So that's why I'm asking how much time. And it's lunchtime also. So this is what I have a lot to tell you. With PowerPoint also I have prepared, but no one is using here, no? So that's it. So there are lots and lots of things to say. Lot of technology has already developed, and still we are thirsty about getting new technologies, and we want to have the patents. So this is the nowadays everyone is asking for the, even government is asking for the patents. So patent, what is patent? It is a new finding. So these are all the technologies or innovations and yes, innovations and new technologies, advances, applied research in animal sciences. So directly, basic science is zoology, animal science. Applied science are so many. So biochemistry, biotechnology, genetics, whatnot, aquaculture, all these come under applied sciences. Lot of research is going on, and still you, particularly the researchers, science researchers, you have to take into consideration of this. It is not just to take a PhD. So it should contain a worthy work. So that is more important, my dear budding research scholars. Please keep it in mind and try to follow this. So this is a very important topic for this seminar, conference. So I congratulate the organizers of this conference, and I am very much thankful to the organizers who gave me this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your valuable speech and guide us on aquaculture production, animal husbandry, new technologies, and applied researches. Now, I introduce our next guest, Professor Dr. A.B. Kadam sir. Sir, appointed as an assistant professor. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Professor Dr. Ankush Kadam sir. Sir, appointed as an assistant professor in Jawahar College, Andur during July 1995. Sir, promoted as an associate professor during August 2018. Sir, working as a professor in physics since August 2021. Working experience then, sir have a membership in Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar. Sir have a member in Senate member from 2005 to 2010, and currently are sir as a Senate member in Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University. Sir also have a member, MC member from 2010 to 2015. So I request to Dr. Ankush Kadam sir to please address our
Sir,
audience.
आपके प्रेसिडेंट आहे Good morning to everybody. I think it is now going to noon. Such a conferences are arranged for researchers, students and teachers. But colleges or peoples or management or organizers are afraid to organize such a conferences due to poor participations. We know that in class also students are not presenting, and here also less participants are gathered. So I congratulate principal of this college, convener of this conference. They have taken efforts to organize a conference. It is an honor to speak with you today as a chief guest of this conference entitled Innovation of Applied Research in Animal Sciences. Yesterday, I could not go through read animal science because I am the teacher, researcher, professor of the physics. So I have to go through animal science by reading that animal science. And early morning I wake up and go through animal science, and I have taken some points and that will I put before you. So animal science is the biological science and management of domestic livestock, including beef, cattle, horses, sheep, swine, and companion animals. Researchers, students learn science, art, and practical methods of caring for, improving, and managing livestock and companion animals. Zoology is the study of all animals of all shapes and sizes, from teeny insects to large mammals. Zoologists investigate what animals eat and how they live and how animals interact with their habits. Animal science and zoology both are branches of biology, as we know that. The study of all live things. Zoology is the study of animal kingdom, including the distribution, evaluation, and behavior of the animals. Animal science is the study of animal under human control, such as pets and farm animals. And this college organized the conference on innovation and applied research in animal sciences. So, president of this 2 days conference, my friend, Principal S.S. Sinde sir, and inaugurator, a well-known scientist of our university, Dr. Gulab Khedkar. आम्ही सुद्धा J.D. खेडकर या नावाने आपल्याला ओळखतात. So inaugurator of this 2 days conference, Gulab Khedkar ji. Another guest, Professor C. Manjulata, we have heard her. Keynote speaker, Dinanath Pandit ji. And one more on dais, Hadim from Afghanistan. And the dignitaries on the dais, Honorable Mr. D.T. Borade, Honorable U.N. Borade, Honorable Mr. M.B. Kate, Honorable Principal, we have taken the name of that, Honorable S.N. Singh, is not present here, I think. Honorable U.B. Kate sir and A.T. Survasis. And the chief organizer, my senior friend, principal of this college, S.B. Chandan Shiv sir, convener of this conference, Nitin Padwar, co-convener Anuradha Jagdai ma'am, and organizing secretary Khandare sir and Miss Dipti Gire ma'am, and all dignitaries present for this conference. So knowledge of such a basic subjects like animal science, as animal behavior and management, there are 5 subtopics: genetics, microbiology, nutrition, physiology, reproduction, and meat science is essential to persons entering most animal sciences professions. Animals provides us with food, clothing, recreation, and companionship. Animal science, the study of biological function of domestic and captive animals and their utilization and human ways to care for and make the best use of the animals who share our lives. That we have to listen in these 2 days conferences. As a researcher of physics, as already I have told you, I have to talk about the relation of physics and animal science. We can find that different disciplines navigation such as electromagnetic, acoustics, optics, astronomy, and quantum physics is very related. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
Related to animal science or zoology. So we have
If you attend
biophysics. Biophysics is also there. But I am only physics student or you may say teacher. So with this, I express my best wishes to organizers, delegates, researchers, and all participants. And I am thankful to management, principal, organizers, and all colleagues for giving this honor. So you enjoy these 2 days conference. With this, I will take my seat.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay.
Now it's my honor
Due to any more
to call on the podium respected Khelkar sir. I request you to please guide us regarding conference.
Good afternoon. Just by few minutes, I missed my opportunity to call you, good morning. I always wish I should have my lecture in the morning session, but it never happened again. First many years I am observing this. This is my fate, maybe. So I will not take much time in, calling the names, the dignitaries on the dais, and dignitaries sitting in front of us. Good afternoon to everyone. This is a wonderful opportunity we got here, and coming to this conference. One most important thing we must understand regarding the conferences. Conferences are not meant to gather the crowd. We need real people who are having interest, and I am very happy to see here everyone is present here is having some interest in attending this conference. So I think this is the biggest success, and I must compliment Nitin and all his team for hosting this conference in this remote area. And people are coming not only from India, outside India also we are having participants. So what best you want, And another most important thing, 2-3 states also contributing this conference. This time is very high time for everyone because where the examinations going on. Most of the teachers they are bored studying, and attending exams. It's a limiting factor. Still people make to attend this conference is the biggest success. Coming back to the subject, all we are the zoologists sitting here and we need to work in various fields. Being a zoologist, I think we are much capable people, including what we are. We are much capable people because we can do anything. Best example I must share you during the COVID pandemic, so even the health sector. What big thing you know expect from the zoologist? We work like medical doctors, and very successfully we have run the biggest facility in India in helping the COVID pandemic. So that I must say, because of zoology I could able to do this, and everyone sitting here is having that capability to help society. And we are looking at the current era. We are, most of us, we are overburdened with so many things, and in addition to that is coming a new education policy. We are having a lot of responsibilities, being a important segment of society. People are looking to us with a very much hope, and that's why being a teacher we are having more and more responsibilities in coming days, because new education policy is one of the like a two-edged sword. We need to handle it very carefully. Implementing new education policy in big cities like Pune, Mumbai, any metro cities, big cities will be even much easier. Even Aurangabad will be much easier. But when we are talking about the cities or places like these small places, new education policy could be very difficult, and it can reflect in very bad way. And that's why such type of brainstorming sessions are very important. And in that context, whatever the subject of the conference, but important thing we must understand, we need to give something to our students. Just giving education and all that purpose, there is no need people like us to be there, because everything is available on your mobile phone now. Internet is accessible. You go any remote village, you will get a full range. You can download, you can look into MOOC courses, or you can do anything. So enrichment of student is now that is not a much important job for the teachers. But now our responsibility is coming more vibrant in making the things, understanding problems of the region. Why these colleges or universities will approve now? Reason behind that was to identify the problems of that region, because identifying problems of this place or Usmanabad district sitting in Delhi will be impossible. We need to address our problems, and we need to bring these problems to the notice of the politicians or the policy makers. And in that sense, teachers are very vibrant now, need to be vibrant. And looking at our subject, enrichment of subject is also important talk, because important task we need to face. Whatever studies we did, although we are so much underprivileged when we got our studies and we excel our way, and little bit success we got by getting a job, and now we are very much settled into the education system. But what innovations we did, if you look back to your own career, you will feel somewhere I am missing something. If you look at the list of the successful scientists or successful professors, very few names come forward in our sight or in our brain. If you talk like some good professor, someone is asking, everyone know Professor Espal in physics, everyone we know Professor Taggi or Professor Lalji Singh in zoology or life sciences. What about the people like us? Because we are equally get opportunity to get education. Then why difference is there in between such elite professors and in us? Government of India, our salary, whatever been decided by UGC, it is not discriminating between one professor and another professor. One professor who is working for 12 hours and establishing so many things, doing research which is a groundbreaking and helping humanity, then why not happening with every one of us? Because we got equal opportunity to get education, we are getting equal salaries and everything, then why not? This question always we must ask, otherwise society will keep on cursing us, because you are the highest paid people. And that sense, such events are very important, where brainstorming can happen and we can judge where I am standing. And that sense, this conference, organizing conference in Aurangabad is very easy. Organizing conference in such places, I can understand what are the challenges, because I also served in a very small college in Aurangabad for almost 2 years during my beginning of career. I can understand what difficulties and what things one has to face. Still college is, organizing such conference, really it is a complimentary things for you, and it is a big compliment on your efforts. But we need to judge ourselves what we are giving to our students. I must tell you one small story, if you permit me little time. Once one of my professors came from Israel, and with a proud I planned to took him to my native place. While going, I took a stop in Ahmedabad, and I have shown him my college. I was feeling so proud. all my colleagues were, colleagues, everyone was very much excited and he been there. So he was very warm welcome, we discussed little bit and then again I went back to my village. While going, my professor asked one question, what you guys are giving to your students in this college stage? Giving piece of paper is really enough for them to nurture their career or to, go ahead with their career. What exactly you are doing? While going, he has observed a lot of farmers were working like animals in the field, on the field. Like they doing, most of farmers still in our region, they do everything by their hand. No mechanization still happen. How many years gone? We have spent more than 75 years after independence. And still we are living in a stone age. What development, what things we have given to our farmers, we really don't know. When such questions are coming, we feel very bad about what we are really doing in our laboratories, in our colleges or universities. And in that sense, such conferences should have brainstorming. Professor Kilare was mentioning about how revolution happened in this region, where not a single drop of milk being produced. Now this region is producing millions of liters of milk. And people get livelihood, every family at least have some earning source out of the milk industry in this region. Very small thing they did, they used their traditional knowledge because this is a drought prone area, lot of temperature go high, so no, like a fodder for the livestock. Still farmer try to do that and how to conserve milk, for that they make a khawa out of that, which is having very long lifeline, shelf life. And that way this business has sustained. Later on now technology is coming up, but initially this business has started with a very initial stage. Now if you are looking at the farming community in our region, many places you have seen crops every year having different like diseases. Then a lot of time we are facing drought prone like things. Why don't we think, our botanists or the people who are working in the science, why they don't think how we can sustain our farmers, because this is the backbone of our country. Why not our laboratories or our PhD students should have such type of topics which can little bit help to the society. I have a very beautiful example. When I was doing my postdoc in Israel, so one of the students he been assigned to me, and he was a master's student, and they need to complete their project in 6 months, master's project. And what happened, that guy was, everyone was asking, other student they came and they presented their topic and they started working on their topic. But this guy, he said, give me 1 week's time, I need to search something and later on I will come. And he was the alone, he was wandering in the campus. I was observing him many times, even midnight also he was going this laboratory, sometimes computer centers, gathering information. He never bother about what clothes he was wearing, whether he is having sandal or floater or there is or not. He was never bothering, like a mad he was wandering. And on one Friday, fine Friday, he came to us and he said, I got selection of my topic. And we asked, you present it. And then he told the background, why he selected that topic. Himself he told background. He said, my family is doing the poultry, small household poultry. And they were never getting the sufficient profits out of that. And my poverty is still there. 2-3 generations gone and still we are in the poverty. I want to help my family. And then he said, for that purpose I selected a topic which is a poultry waste. And he said, in poultry what happens, we are feeding lot of proteins to poultry and then we are getting little benefits out of that, profits. He said, now whatever feeds we are giving, so 20% of that feed is going to build or grow the feathers on the body of the poultry or the bird. If I don't allow to grow these feathers on the body of the bird, 20% saving I will have, and that much less quantity I need to feed the animal. Then he said, if you compare these two things, 20% I can save on my feed and 20% I can save on the weight gain, because the energy which is diverting to the feather growth, that will go to muscle development. And he said, that way if I can do, I can sustain my family. Everyone had, like stunned with his idea, and we started working on that. We were just not talking for, almost like 15 days, 20 days. He was working night and day, and we find out certain genes are responsible for feather growth. He said, I will silence them. And he has silenced that gene, and world's first featherless poultry been developed by a master student, not a PhD or not a professor. And within 6 months, very limited time, he has completed that course. Story is available on the internet. You can Google sometime later on. People are giving example in even in the Stanford or any big universities. energy conservation and conversion of energy in that people are giving in example. He was a master student. We need not require someone very experienced professor who can set an example, but even our students are so much capable, and I must know in this region our students are so much capable. Best example I will tell you my own laboratory, where we are having crores of rupees, sequencing machines, where even sometimes their technicians don't understand problem. Our student, they run whole NGS like platforms, even they downscale their reaction. Some of them like Sachin is sitting here. Because the cost of sequencing is going high, that time these people have downscaled their sequencing and that cost has reduced to sometime even 10 times less than what other laboratories are doing. Similar strategy we used in the COVID-19 laboratory. We set our COVID-19 laboratory. We have not called any expert or any agent or any consultant. Our own student has set that COVID testing laboratory, and where we downscale COVID testing reactions, and one key people were doing like a 60 reactions, we are doing 120 reactions. That's why I think Dixit sir is also here. Same strategy we followed in his laboratory also in Usmanabad. We set Usmanabad laboratory and Aurangabad laboratory, which were the first laboratory, non-medical laboratory in whole India, which were totally run by our master students. And fortunate thing I must tell you, not a single student got a positive during the entire three pandemic cycles. All these three cycles, all students will run this facility. What students require and what quality students we require. Many times we complain about the quality of the students, but I think our students are more capable compared to any region in India, or equally capable to any regions in India. We are really fortunate to have good students with us. Just matter is we need to direct them. I think it is the biggest failure of teacher community. We are not directing them in a proper way. When we are asking them to select a topic, why not we are thinking someone who is like Israel like student degree. Israel, who has sustained his family, he got a patent and he is now billionaire. I have many such success stories, but I will not narrate other stories. Just gist of the story is, give good guidance to our students. They need just guidance and directions. Only these two things we can sustain them. Another thing is very important in new education policy. What topic is mentioned here? We are having so many issues. We have identified some issues in this region. The conservation of Deshi cow breeds here, and for that purpose I wandered throughout this region. I have seen so many things where science need to address some issues. For example, in Bikli Bazaar, in this region, if you are going now, they want to buy like a pregnant cow or sometimes buffalo, and for that they are having local testers who put their hands from the anal region and test what is the age of a fetus. This is so early procedure. Why not we can direct some of our students in human beings? We are having Korean biopsy test, which is just within few seconds you can get a result whether pregnancy or non-pregnant. Same strategy can be used for the cow or buffalo, and that kit development is really not difficult. Anyone can take forward such issue. Such small issues we need to tackle in our PhD programs or in our research programs. Another biggest issue associated in this region is the fodder, availability of quality fodder. Why not we can have some technology so that we can give enriched protein enriched food to fodder development we can do, and that can be provided to farmers, which can save a lot of cost of the farmer, and we can flourish them. Such small things can change really a big way the economic situations of any region. So we need to enrich our students and armor our students with such good ideas where they can think about their own. Students are whoever we are. Our background was our strength. If you look at any successful scientist across the world, his background has paid something, that's why he becomes scientist. Take a small example. You must be knowing Galileo. His family was polishing the glass. He just observed that glasses, he has hold one glass in front of another glass, and he found something is coming very close, and he has developed the telescope. Such many scientists are having their backgrounds, whatever even bad background or good background, that can become your strength. And in that way, we need to nurture our students. After pandemic, I have observed so many bad things. Students are undergoing so much stress, and anxiety-like things oftenly seen in our students. We need to identify that. We need to judge it, because we are having 2-3 events happen in our Zoology department in Aurangabad. Suicide may happen. One of our very bright students, she suicided, hanged herself. So bright student, but we don't understand her. why she is living alone and why she is not talking. If we would have understood that, we could have saved her life. Being a teacher, we need to be multidimensional. So, in this way, if you would have some brainstorm in such sessions, I think that will be a great tribute and great help to our student, our society, and our governments also. I think this is a unending debate in talking so many things. But coming back to the subject zoology, we need to now go diversified. Just talking about something and specialization, forget about your specialization. Whether I am a specialist expert or endocrinologist or herpetologist, now we need to forget about this. We need to see ourselves in a multidimensional thing. And if we could see multidimensional thing, we can give justice to some problem of identification and orientation to that problems. And that's why we need to break the barrier between the specializations. I am a professor of zoology, that means I will not go beyond zoology is the wrong thing. And that's, if we could do this, we can give justice to the teaching of under new education policy, because here you need to select so many subjects. You need to have fragmentation of your subjects. Now we need to think about skill courses, then job oriented trainings also we need to be. Then we need to have some credit oriented courses, like sir was talking, he has read zoology and very nicely he was talking. I think if we call him for 10, 12 conferences like this, he will forget physics. So such type of initiations we need to do. People should, from any subject, should come and teach anything. That should be the capacity we need to build. After a certain type of period, we get used to with such things, and our grasping powers go very high. Another important thing, we need to create interest into our students. For example, I was teaching one subject in Hawaii, that was nutragenomics, and one student, he registered, he was from the civil background, civil engineering, and I was so surprised he registered to my course. I was asking him, why you selected this course? You are an engineer already. So what he said, I am building big, my specialization is evaluation and building big structures. And in that big structures, I am more inclined to oceanic structures, aquatic structures. So in aquatic life, whatever animals are living, if I am building some structure, what this structure will impact on the aquatic life, that is my purpose. And food is an important thing for every living organism. That's why I joined this nutragenomics. This type of interest we need to create in our students, and we need to make our students 360-degree thinkers. If they will think in 360-degree, definitely they will be successful citizens in our country. And now job is, once you will become 360 thinkers, you will never go for job, I am sure. And we need to now eliminate the thinking of getting jobs by getting education. Why you are getting degree? If you ask question, people will talk, I will get a job. That, I think, that is the insult of education. So we need to stop such insulting events in the education journey of education. We need to make them capable. If you look at the foreign students, they never bother about whether I will get job or not. They choose their subject of their own interest. If you are taking subject of your interest, definitely you will get success in that. And overall, looking at such things, we can change the scenario. We must call students also for such conferences or such events, because they may get direction through this. One is mind, if you get inspired in one conference, that is, I think, biggest success of that conference. I again wish all the best. I congratulate all the organizing team, management of the college administration, organizing team, everyone I congratulate for hosting this conference. And I congratulate all you who came here with an interest to get something and share something. I congratulate everyone, and I take rest now. Thank you very much.
One thing I have to put before you. आपल्या सर्व प्राध्यापक मंडळींची मागणी होती. माझे सहकारी सिमेंटमध्ये नेते आहेत, त्याचबरोबर सब कॅम्पसचे डायरेक्टर दीक्षित सर येते आहेत. आम्ही विद्यापीठाकडे मागणी लावून बघलेली होती आणि प्राध्यापकांना, महाविद्यालयीन प्राध्यापकांना, यापूर्वी फक्त प्रोजेक्ट्स जे आहेत ते विद्यापीठ कॅम्पसमधल्या प्राध्यापकांनाच दिले जायचे. परंतु यापुढे हे रिसर्च संबंधित आहे म्हणून मी येथे बोलतोय. यापुढे महाविद्यालयीन प्राध्यापकांना पण प्रोजेक्ट्स मिळणार आहेत. त्याची तत्वता मान्यता विद्यापीठाने दिलेली आहे. आपल्या रेट्यामुळं आणि आमच्या सर्वांच्या मागणीमुळं तर महाविद्यालयीन प्राध्यापक जे आहेत सायन्सचे जे आहेत त्यांना 1 लाखाचा निधी उपलब्ध करून देण्यात येईल आणि कला शाखेचे जे आहेत कला आणि वाणिज्य शाखेचे त्यांना 7,000ची तरतूद करण्यात येणार. आणि त्याचबरोबर आता सरांशी बोलत असताना फंडिंगविषयी चर्चा झाली म्हणून मी परत येथे आलो. तर 2 days कॉन्फरन्ससाठी 20,000 रुपये आणि 1 day कॉन्फरन्स सेमिनार असेल वर्कशॉप असेल त्याच्यासाठी 10,000 रुपये विद्यापीठाकडून दिले जायचे. परंतु अनेक प्राचार्य मंडळी असतील प्राध्यापक मंडळी असतील वाढ करण्यात यावी अशी ही मागणी होती आणि ते साहजिकही होतं कारण आपण 20,000च्या फंडिंगचे कॉन्फरन्स वगैरे घेतली किंवा प्रोजेक्टचे आपण ते 30,000च्या आतल्या अगोदर दिले जायचे तर ते नॅकसाठी ग्राह्य धरले जात नव्हते. तर आता कॉन्फरन्ससाठी सुद्धा आम्ही मोर दॅन 60,000ची मागणी केलेली आहे 2 days साठी आणि 1 day साठी 30,000ची मागणी केलेली आहे आणि प्रशासनाने ती तत्वतः मान्य केली. धन्यवाद.
Firstly, thank you, sir, Khedkar sir. I feel very honored to be your student whenever I listen to you. Your guidance and suggestion will definitely help us in our future. And one more thing I have to tell here is that whenever our lectures were going on, sir used to tell her stories, used to tell her researches as the stories, which will motivated us at that time also, and now also we are motivated. It keeps us motivating. Okay, thank you, sir. Now I request Professor Prashant Dikshit sir and Howard sir to please come on the stage. I request Padwar sir to please felicitate our guest Prashant Dikshit sir. I request Khandare sir to please felicitate Howard sir. Thank you once again. Now I request S.S. Shimle sir for presidential address.
Honorable office bearers of Vidya Vikas Mandal, Honorable Principal Dr. Chandal Singh sir, all the honorable dignitaries, we have came to this conference. Dr. Kadam sir, Dr. Khedkar sir, respected Madam Manjula ji, all the researchers, faculty members and the staff of our college. Actually, I am here to address on behalf of the management of this college. I appreciate Department of Zoology of our college especially Padwar sir and his team, Giri madam and Kandari sir, to organize such a national conference and 2 days national conference, which is on the and chosen a subject that is innovative and applied research in animal sciences. The subject which is associated with our area, that is the Bhoom and this Dharashiv district. As the Killare sir speak that in this Bhoom region, the white revolution which has made, sir, it is proud to say that in Bhoom Taluka, about 2 lakh liter of the milk is collected daily and which is get supplied to all the metropolitan cities of the India. And this milk production, and this should be our research, because there are different types of the problems which are comes towards the farmers while rearing these cattle. They having different types of the diseases and different types of the struggles which they are made for the feed, because Bhoom Taluka, which is a drought prone region, in this region also many of the peoples, and it is proud to say that no any farmer you can find that he having the cattle in his farm. One more thing is that this Dharashiv district, which is famous for a special type of the goat, that is the Usmanabadi Shedi, which we call it as, which is high yielding variety for the meat and the milk. And that I am saying this thing because the research should be society oriented. That research should give benefit to the peoples of the society. And I know that in such a drought prone region or the rural region, the arranging the national conference is not a easy thing. But in this region also, the Nitin Padwar and his team organized this conference. But that conference should give something to the society. That conference should give some benefit to our farmers who are rearing the cattle, because it is very good topic for the research, I think. So in this conference, I give all the dignitaries which came here, Mrs. Manjulata madam, who came from the Andhra University. I appreciate them, and along with them one student from the Afghanistan also, he came here. Then Mr. Khedkar sir, Ankush Kadam sir, who came here, I appreciate them for coming here, and I will give on behalf of the management, I am giving all the good wishes and very warm greetings to all for successing this conference. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your guidance and suggestions. Now, I would like to call our IQC coordinator, Anuradha Jagdaya madam, for vote of thanks.
I, on behalf of my institute and the organizing committee, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to all esteemed guests, speakers, participants, and sponsors for gracing the inaugural function of the conference on innovative and applied sciences in animal sciences, applied research in animal sciences. First of all, I want to thank the president of this conference, Principal Shinde sir, as he emphasizes problems of farmers and touching the different areas of research. A warmful thanks to our chief guest, Professor Vikram Killare sir, for guiding about new education policy as a teacher and emphasizing on the biodiversity for the survival. I would like to thank to Professor Ankush Kadam sir as he has distinguished between physics and animal science. I would like to have a thankful gratitude to Professor Vikram Killar, Professor, our chief guest, G.D. Khedkar sir, as G.D. Khedkar sir, as he motivated us to gain more and more knowledge and work hard in our respective fields and also sharing his some success stories to us. I would like to thank Manjulata ma'am as she emphasizes on how to maintain the balance in the ecosystem. Then I would like to a heartfelt thanks to our patrons, that is Honorable D.D. Borade sir, Dr. U.N. Borade sir, Mr. M.B. Kate sir, Principal S.S. Shinde sir, Principal S.M. Singh sir, Mr. U.V. Kate sir, Mr. A.D. Sulose sir for their valuable support and inspiration. I would offer thanks to our Principal Dr. S.B. Chandranshu sir, as he always guides, motivates, encourages us to achieve the best. Our sincere appreciation goes to all the participants who contributes their research findings, ideas and perspectives to this conference. I would also thank to Dr. Prashant Dixit sir and also Dr. Havel sir who makes their presence here. A special thanks to our sponsors. Special thanks to our sponsors for their generous support. A heartful thanks to media and the journalists who covers this event. And I would also like, last but not the least, we have a sincere appreciation for organizing committee, especially convener Dr. Nitin Padal sir, and organizing secretary Diptima and Giri sir for their and also the volunteers and staff for their hard work, dedication, meticulous planning, ensuring the success of this event. Let us continue to collaborate, learn and strive for excellence in our endeavors and the journey towards the innovation and research in animal science. We look forward to fruitful discussions and meaningful interaction throughout the conference. Thank you.
1 second. Khedkar sir has some announcement. Please pay attention.
I'm having a very good news for everyone. We are going to launch planetary biodiversity mission India. DNA barcoding. We are going to launch very soon, maybe first week of April, planetary biodiversity mission India. Purpose is to map the biodiversity of the entire country using DNA barcoding. And for that purpose, Aurangabad will be our Bollywood Center will be the main hub for this project. And we will have 6 sub-centers. One is in Bangalore, another one in Tirupati, third one in Kolkata, then one in Dehradun, another one is in Rajasthan. So that way 6 centers, and every center will have whatever commanding university will be there, and every university will be institute like this. Within 10 to 15 days, we will launch the website of this DNA barcoding. The entire website will be shifted to another hosting. There we will have link. So everyone registered for this program. Google and Sloan Foundation are going to fund us $6.8 million. Very good. And that fund will be allotted to most of the people who are working in planetary biodiversity mission in contributing the biodiversity mapping. So that major funding will be going for fellowship for the students and sample collection related traveling and sample collection. So register with your expertise, your small biodata, few 2-3 papers, that everything will come there. Registered it will be biggest initiative in our country to map the diversity at one platform. Thank you.
I request all the dignitaries on stage to please sit on the chairs. Professor Dinanath Pandit, sir, is giving his keynote address. Person. I request Padwar sir to felicitate our chairperson Abdar sir.
मोमेंट परत नंतर असतो हे झाल्यावर असते खरं.
Now I request Khandare sir to felicitate our co-chairperson Varmare sir.
नंतर त्यांचं इंट्रोडक्शन आहे कीनोट स्पीकरचं.
For today's keynote address, we have Dinanath Pandit sir. He is from Veer Kunwar Singh University, Ara, Bhojpur. His area of specialization is fish and fisheries, particularly fish transportation and fish toxicology, health sciences. He was appointed as a lecturer in 2003 in Veer Kunwar Singh University. After that, he promoted as assistant professor selection grade in 2012. Now he is promoted as associate professor in the Department of Zoology, Veer Kunwar Singh University, Ara from 2015. After that, he is now promoted as professor in Department of Zoology in Veer Kunwar Singh University. As a researcher, he has attended about 14 national and international conferences. He has participated in 3-week course in research methodology in physical and life sciences from 2015, 1st of June to 20th of June 2015. He has got various awards also. We are very privileged to have you, sir. I request you to please start your keynote address.
Good afternoon, everyone. I feel after very knowledge-packed inaugural session and lunch session. We all are somewhat fatigued or feeling sleepy. So there must be some fun before the session. Before the session, there must be some fun. So I want to say, along with Dr. Khadim, that बड़ी दूर से आए हैं, प्यार का तोहफा लाए हैं, अपना लो या टुकड़ा दो प्यार का।
Thank you, sir.
मैं बिहार से आया हूँ और हमारे कलीग इथियोपिया से आए हैं।
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan से आए हैं। Very good. One more thing I want to share with you that what the simple meaning of conference may be, it is तुम कुछ कहो कुछ मैं कहूँ, मिलजुल कर कुछ हम दोनों कहें, शायद कॉन्फ्रेंस से। फिर बात आती है, आजकल सभी लोग कहते हैं कि मोदी है तो मुमकिन है, बट आई थिंक द स्टेटमेंट इज इनकम्प्लीट वेयर वी आर स्टैंडिंग। वी मस्ट से महाराष्ट्र है तो सब कुछ। The statement of Modi है तो मुमकिन है, must be completed. If I am adding this statement, महाराष्ट्र है तो मुमकिन है। और जो ऑर्गेनाइजिंग सेक्रेटरी हैं, इन्होंने वैसे जगह पे सेमिनार कराया जहाँ की हम समझ नहीं सकते हैं। So really I am thankful to complete organizing committee for organizing such a conference here. Now the title of the conference must be upgraded from national to international. In my view, because one of the participants is from Afghanistan. So, I am here to say something regarding agriculture, regarding my background from where I am coming, and what my presentation is based. Why I am selected this topic? We know that our country is agri-based and the economy is agri-based. Basmati rice of this country is known all over the world. But we have certain lacuna by which the transportation of this Basmati rice is declining day by day. What is the reason that we want to search? And if certain parameters are there which we are forced to follow, why other countries are forcing us for that very condition, we will try to find out the answer in this presentation. And why the fish is selected for this study, that also be answered in my presentation. So I welcome you all for this presentation. The title of my presentation is Effect of Triclops dose. This is a fungicide used for blast disease of paddy on Chalna punctures to certain hematological and biochemical anomalies. Next one, please. This is scheme of my presentation. First, I would like to certain background why this presentation is selected. Then, what is paddy cum fish culture? One or two points for introduction of this topic. Then, what's the aim and objective? Materials and methods, which materials and methods and methodology we followed in this work, and what is LC50 and how the LC50 dose of tricyclazole was determined, and then why sublethal dose is selected, what's the need of that very dose, and what is the purpose of statistical analysis and how it was performed for this experiment. Then observation results, conclusion, if there is any future plan that I have mentioned here, and then please next one. So the slide focus, India occupies the 6th position in world top economies. For what? For agriculture. And agriculture meets a portion of basic human needs by giving food and non-food. Agriculture is giving food and non-food. Food like rice, paddy, wheat, pulses, business crops like oil seed, cotton, sugarcane, establishing crops like tea and coffee, and plant crops like organic products, vegetables, certain dairy items, poultry items, and fisheries, etc. Next one, please. Then, if this is agroeconomy, but there are certain lacuna, the agriculture of this country dependent on the production, distribution, and consumption of particular crops. Another problem with this agroeconomy is the productivity. We are at present producing around 2.4 tons of rice per hectare of land, which is far behind the potential which must be. हम जहाँ पहुँचना चाहिए वहाँ से बहुत पीछे हैं. Why? Certain reasons are there. We will try to find out the reason. Then, on the other hand, India ranks second in rice production. दूसरे पोजीशन पे चलता है, लेकिन प्रोडक्शन बहुत कम है. India is the largest producer and exporter of aromatic basmati rice. Rice blast is a disease caused by Pyrifluria oryzae. It is the major cause of rice decline in rice production and paddy loss. इसके चलते बहुत लॉस होता है. क्या कारण है हम लोग सर्च करना चाहेंगे, और ये कारण हमारे फिश प्रोडक्शन पर कैसे इफेक्ट कर सकता है, हमारे हेल्थ पर उसका कैसे इफेक्ट कर सकता है, हम इस पर जानना चाहेंगे. सो करेंटली द एस्टिमेटेड डिक्लाइन इन वर्ल्ड राइस प्रोडक्शन इज अबाउट 30% ड्यू टू दिस ब्लास्ट, एंड दिस डैमेज of 30% is able to feed the people more than 60 million. इतने लोगों के खाने पीने को यह डिजीज डैमेज कर रहा है. नेक्स्ट वन प्लीज. Now, several pesticides or fungicides farmers are using for the control of this blast disease, and they gain around 34% increase in the rice yield and around 84 to 88% reduction in blast disease. This is plus point. If we are using this pesticide or fungicide, there is increase in 30 to 34% of paddy production and almost eradication of the disease. So many pesticides are reported or fungicides are reported to control the blast disease. They are like tricyclazole, chlorothalonil, hexaconazole, carbendamides. ये सब कुछ पेस्टिसाइड्स है जो फार्मर्स यूज करते हैं इस ब्लास्ट को कंट्रोल करने के लिए. वन ऑफ देम इज ट्राइसाइक्लोजोल विच इज कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव एंड इज यूज्ड इन इंडिया टू कंट्रोल राइस ब्लास्ट. द मोस्ट इफेक्टिव फोलियर स्प्रे इज 10 days बिफोर द ह्यूमिडिटी. जब उसके क्रॉप आ रहे हैं उसके 10 दिन पहले हम इसको यूज करें बहुत बढ़िया. फार्मर्स यूज दिस फंगिसाइड वेरी लेट, बट दे यूज दिस पेस्टिसाइड वेरी लेट. कब यूज करते हैं? आफ्टर ग्रेन फॉर्मेशन. इट लीड्स दैट रेसिड्यू ऑफ पेस्टिसाइड्स बियॉन्ड द परमिसिबल मैक्सिमम रेसिड्यू लिमिट. ये प्रॉब्लम हो गया है. जब हमें यूज करना चाहिए हम नहीं करते हैं, और उसके चलते जो वाटर बॉडी है उसमें रेसिड्यू की मात्रा बहुत ज़्यादा रहती है. परमिसिबल मैक्सिमम रेसिड्यू लिमिट जो है वो बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया. एंड वेन एवर वी हार्वेस्ट द वेराइटी ऑफ बासमती और नॉन बासमती, दिस इज अराउंड लेट सितंबर एंड अर्ली अक्टूबर, फार्मर्स शुड स्टॉप दिस स्प्रे एटलीस्ट 40 days बिफोर द हार्वेस्टिंग. मतलब है कि ये हम अगर सितंबर या अक्टूबर में हार्वेस्ट करते हैं पैडी को, तो हमें जुलाई के बीच में इसका स्प्रे करने की जरूरत है. नेक्स्ट है, दिस इज द ब्लास्ट डिजीज ऑफ पैडी. नाउ देयर इज ए क्वेश्चन. हमने अभी तक आपको दो बातें बताई है कि जो पैडी है उसका प्रोडक्शन कम हो रहा है. फार्मर्स आर यूजिंग दिस fungicide to enhance the production. On the other hand, countries like European Union are prohibiting import from such rice from this country. Oman, Saudi Arabia, ये सब जो countries हम कहते हैं कि no, I will not accept basmati rice from India. Why? certain gap is there. No. This is just we will see what's the reason. So this is the blast disease. Then next slide, please. Tricyclazole is a fungicide which inhibits melanin synthesis, a pigment for fungal growth. जो डिजीज खत्म हो रही है उसके पीछे रीजन यही है कि वो इसको डैमेज करके को खत्म करने का काम करता है एंड बाय डिसरप्टिंग मेलानिन प्रोडक्शन इट सप्रेसेस ग्रोथ ऑफ राइस ब्लास्ट फंगस प्रिवेंटिंग डिजीज फ्रॉम स्प्रेडिंग एंड कॉजिंग डैमेज टू द राइस प्लांट। बहुत अच्छी बात है। और क्या करता है कि ये जो फंगीसाइड्स है ये इसके 600 to 1600 मिलीग्राम को हम 1 लीटर वाटर में डिजोल्व कराते हैं। और आपने अभी बताया कि चूंकि इसका स्प्रे लेट किया जाता है तो वाटर बॉडी में इसके अमाउंट ज़्यादा रहता है। Soluble pesticides were carried out away by water during the precipitation events, percolating downward into the soil and eventually reaching surface water and groundwater. रिजल्ट क्या हो रहा है कि दिस फंगिसाइड इज डिग्रेडिंग वाटर क्वालिटी को डिग्रेड कर रहा है। नेक्स्ट वन प्लीज। अब देखिए बात आ रही है जो हम लोगों का गोल है कि 2 बासमती वेराइटीज राइस PB1 and 1401 are exported to European countries like Oman, Egypt, Jordan, UAE and Saudi Arabia, and they want that the pesticide of tricyclazole is not more than 0.01 mg per kg in paddy. This is the point. They are of the opinion that the basmati rice which we will receive from India must have the amount of 0.01 mg per kg rice, and if the amount is increasing they will not import the rice from India, यहाँ से वो रिसीव नहीं करेंगे। तो ये हम लोगों के लिए अब दिक्कत की बात है कि हम लोग क्या करें, हमारे फार्मर क्या करें। क्या वो इनोसेंटली ऐसा कर रहे हैं? मे बी they are not knowing that what harm we are doing, and with this background there is 40% decrease in the export of rice from this country during 2018 to 2019 over the issue of MRL, maximum residue level, and market is likely to shrink further this year as right samples were failed मैंडेटरी टेस्टिंग। इसके चलते ये बात आ रही है और ये तो हमारा जीडीपी ग्रोथ जो कर रहा है उसमें एक डैमेज का डिक्लाइन का रीजन हो सकता है। जो हमने कहा कि 5.6% अगर जीडीपी आता है एग्रीकल्चर से, अगर इससे डैमेज हो रहा है, हार्म हो रहा है, तो जीडीपी जो इसका शेयर उसमें कमी आएगी। तो हम उसके लिए क्या कर सकते हैं? नेक्स्ट वन प्लीज। The residue of tricyclazole in exportable rice consignment is an issue of concern. Accordingly, a standard operating procedure has to minimize pesticide residue in the rice crop. एक बात होनी चाहिए कि पूरे इंडिया में एक स्टैंडर्ड ऑपरेटिंग प्रोटोकॉल हो, प्रोसीजर हो, जिसको बेस मानकर अगर फार्मर्स अपना काम करते हैं तो ये हैम्पर से, इस डैमेज से बच सकते। ये एडवाइस है और ये होना चाहिए। सेकेंड, Ministry amendment must be there to export policy for basmati rice and non-basmati rice from free to outbound shipments subject to certificates issued by the Export Inspection Council. इस जगह से एक सर्टिफिकेट लिया जाए कि इस राइस में इतने % ही ट्राइसाइक्लाजोल है, तो अदर कंट्रीज में हमारे एक्सपोर्ट के अमाउंट बढ़ेंगे। तीसरी बात कही, एक ड्राफ्ट नोटिफिकेशन किया गया था I think during 2020, proposing the prohibition of tricyclazone, inviting objections, suggestions from all stakeholders. The draft mentioned that tricyclazone causes health hazards to man, animals and other environment. फिर क्या है कि एक कमिटी भी बनाई गई है which review the use of this fungicide and hazardous chemicals, and no person shall import, formulate, manufacture, sell ट्रांसपोर्ट, डिस्ट्रीब्यूट, स्टॉक और यूज ट्राइसाइक्लोजेन। मतलब इस केमिकल की कुछ बातें ऐसी है जो इतने बड़े स्टेप इस यहाँ से लिए गए हैं यूनियन ऑफ इंडिया। एक कोई लीडर है डॉक्टर अशोक, उनके कंसर्न। नेक्स्ट, ये सभी बातें चली। अब हम क्या करते हैं, इतना तो उधर का फील्ड है। हमारा फील्ड क्या हो सकता है कि पैडी कम फिश कल्चर इज प्रैक्टिस ऑफ फिश प्रोडक्शन फ्रॉम द रिसोर्सेज वेयर पैडी इज कल्टिवेटेड, एंड द कल्चर प्रैक्टिस इज वेरी ओल्ड. Earlier, only two varieties of fishes like Cyprinus carpio and Oreochromis mozambicus, that is tilapia, were cultured by this process. Nowadays, we have so many varieties like Channa punctatus, Channa striatus, Channa marmoreus. These are the varieties of we call Karai. Then Anabas testudinus, which we call Kawai machli. Mugil, Clarius batracus, Magur, which we call Katla, Levirohita and Syrinus ligula, all have been practicing under this paddy cum fish culture. Now there is a problem. If we are cultivating fish with under paddy field, there must be some amount of tricyclazole that is entering to the fish body. My work is related to that. Next. Aquaculture and fisheries is the fast growing sector in India, which provides nutrition and food security to a large population of the country, besides providing income and employment to more than 14.5 million people. और फिशरी के भी मामले में हमारा जो कंट्री वो सेकंड पोजीशन पे चल रहा है। अब क्या कहा गया है कि नेक्स्ट कर दीजिए, टू मीट द राइस डिमांड, कह रहे हैं कि अगर हमें इतने परसेंट 26% इंक्रीज हमारे पास होने चाहिए राइस के प्रोडक्शन में, कब हम आने वाले 10 वर्षों में इस जो डिमांड है हमारा राइस का उसको हम फुलफिल कर सकें। यह जो ट्राइसाइक्लोजेन केमिकल है, दिस इज वेरी ओल्ड, इट वाज लॉन्च्ड बाय एली लिली इन द ईयर ऑफ 1976। क्या करते थे उन्होंने कि 300 to 400 gram of tricyclazole was dissolved in 500 liters of water and it was sprayed. The fish which I have selected is a fish of least concern category in IUCN Red Book. Conservation के मामले में least concern है, so we can easily use this fish. Next one please. हमने इतने सारे काम किए। If we are conducting an experiment with a pesticide or any chemical, we need to determine its sensitivity value, in which we observe at 50% of the test animal must be expired in experimental water out of total. If I have taken 10 fish, there must be death of 5 fish at a certain condition, and which is the condition, which is the concentration that I have to determine, and this is very problematic. We can't easily determine the exact dose. Then evaluation of certain enzymes, evaluation of hematological parameters like RBC, leukocytes, evaluation of biochemical anomalies like blood glucose, total protein, blood urea, blood cholesterol, like that. Next one please. This is the fish, पैडी कम फिश। पैडी करके हमने ये फील्ड लिया जहाँ से कि फिश को लिया गया है, जो आगे बढ़ाएंगे प्लीज। लाइव स्पेसिमेंस ऑफ चन्ना पंक्टेटस वे ऑफ बॉडी वेट अराउंड 25 to 30 ग्राम एंड लेंथ 12 to 14 centimeter were taken from the local market, and the chemical is tricyclazole, which is C9H7N3S. C9H7N3S. This is heterocyclic compound. Next one. The yellow color molecule is sulfur. The blue color is of nitrogen. Gray color represents the carbon. And azole ring is, next one please. The chemical name of this chemical is triazolobenzathiol azole 5-methyl benzathiol. And the brand names, so many brand names are there: Blastin, Triazole, Vir, Logic, Beam and Trooper. It seems highly toxic, systemic fungicide, slightly soluble in water, moderately toxic to aquatic organism and on aqueous basis. It is a conjugate base. Conjugate base means it can accept lone pair of electron or one. It is stable at ambient temperature and degrade very slowly in water. Now a question is there, then if this is toxic, how I can determine that this is toxic or most toxic or slightly toxic? That must be known. Okay, how I can consider this is highly toxic or moderately toxic? Next one. And determination of LC50 dose, for that very purpose he conducted test to guide the range of dosage of fungicide. We prepared a stock solution of around 100 mg per liter from original product of concentration of 75%. The behavior of specimen observed and death recorded for 96 hours test period. And these are the methods by which students determined the LC50 dose of tricyclazole. The methods are log and Eisenstein median lethal dose method, up and down method, Bahrain and Carver method, Miller and Taylor method, Finney method. This one considers most appropriate Finney method and Reed-Munack method. So this method is used to find out the ideal dose of LC50, because this is very problematic. We can't say that this particular dose is specific. There must be some range. So determining values from this one, on average were taken, and with that very average, then the experiment was repeated to find out whether the reality of or the reliability of the dose determined by our students in a lab. Next one. On the basis of acute toxicity value, toxicity factors of exposure period were determined. A toxicity factor toxicological study में use करते हैं, for which there is a formula LC50 dose at 24 hours divided by LC50 dose at any other exposure time. It may be 48 hours, 72 hours, 96 hours, like that. Then Loomis had, there is a table was followed to categorize toxicity, whether the fungicide should be toxic, moderately toxic, highly toxic or non-toxic. This is a table. If the toxicity range is less than 5, it is extremely toxic. Between 5 to 50, highly toxic. 500 up to 500, moderately toxic. Then up to 5000, slightly toxic. Thereafter, it seems to be non-toxic or almost safe. Another system is there which is also indicating 50 highly toxic and less than 50 most toxic. This seems to be parallel. More than 50 highly toxic. In the first one, 5 to 50 highly toxic. So next one, this will be considered later. On the basis of toxic values, toxicity factors of different exposure period were determined, and this formula was used. The safe level, this is a condition, safe level, if I determine the value for fish, am I able to determine the dose for man? क्या हम अपने लिए डिटरमाइन कर सकते हैं कि इसका कितना डोज होगा जो हमारे लिए सेफ होगा, रैट के लिए सेफ होगा? In that case, there is a formula, and with which we can determine the safe level of this fungicide for rat and for man from this finding. the value of LC50 dose of fish. Next one. So this one. अब सब लीगल स्टडीज वेल क्लियर, ये सब हमने काम किया, फिर क्या है कि हमने जो डोज आया, वॉट एवर द डोज में भी 1% and 5% of 95 hour LC50 dose concentration were used, and in this experiment I observed that 25 mg per liter of tricyclazole was 96 hour LC50 dose. With that dose, 1% of that very dose is 0.25 and 5% of 1.25 mg per liter were taken, and two types of experiments were conducted. One short duration and the other was long duration. In short duration, 24 hours, 48 hours and 96 hours period was taken, and for long term exposure it was 15 days, 30 days and 45 days. Next one. These are the parameters and which methods was used for the determination of total erythrocyte count, hemoglobin count, packed cell volume, glucose, protein, cholesterol, urea, like that. Next one. Statistical analysis. This is very important. And we can say